Hey guys, good evening. So we're gonna go over Bitcoin. We're gonna look at some potential price targets and what Bitcoin possibly could do over the next couple of weeks or so. But first, we want to look at the coin glass and we're gonna look at the liquidations. All right, now on this, we're looking at the number of percentage of longs or shorts in the market, and in this particular instance, we see that we have a majority of people who feel that they are long on Bitcoin, and this is based off the 4 hour time frame. And we can go down and see what it is for the 1 hour, and still we have a vast majority that still believes that it's going to be long. Well, if we go and we look, we clearly can see that we've been in a downtrend, and based off this particular downtrend, all right, so we're in a downtrend. We're seeing a downtrend today. We look like we could be forming a bear flag on this particular pattern shape up, right? Now, let's look at some things too. So we can go back and look at some historical pattern recognitions, and let's see if we can see something shaping up. So from here up to this point right here, I want to show you something. All right, so we got a nice little run up here, and then of course we pull back down. We get close to the 70% retracement level. All right, and then we start to trend upward, and then we spike back above here to get back into the supply area. And of course, it's on a 15-minute chart. All right, and then we finally come down and drop. So essentially, what happened is a lot of bears came in the market here, expecting it to go lower, but instead, the market takes it up, wipes out all the bears, and then comes up and collects and then brings the market down. Now, this is something we want to be conscious of, particularly over here, that this possibly could happen. Okay, now it's a few things that's shaping up, and I'm going to show you two alternatives. Okay, so we can also measure this, and we can see where we currently possibly are in relation to the other historical pattern that we just did with the Fibonacci retracement tool, like over here. So if you look over here, look, we're close to the 70%, just like we was right here, right? We're making our way up, and we want to be careful, and we want to see what price. All right. So right now, I'm not probably looking to do anything because I want to see what this does, because this does look like a bear flag, but it doesn't mean that the bear flag has to, play out. And if it do, of course, we can spike down here and we can rally to the upside. So just want to be a little careful with this particular setup, because what we don't want to get is something like this and moving and going back against us. Now, let's try this. Um, let's take this setup. Okay, and what you're doing is that you're looking at some of these patterns that look somewhat similar. This is not the fullness, but this is something similar. So once again, we didn't do this impulse, but if we could take this impulse and we can measure and we can see how price came back against on this one. And once again, we're getting what? Close to that 70% retracement level. Okay, we get here, and what happened? We fight, get back up, back into the where? Supply zone, right? And then we start to get a drop. Now the question is going to be, are we looking to come back up into this supply area? Okay, either come here or back up to this area, and then we look, like I said, we look to get our drop and maybe do something like this. Okay, that is something to take in consideration when you're looking at Bitcoin. All right, let's look at some other stuff too. All right, let's go on a higher time frame. We're just going on a daily, and we'll see what's going on a daily. All right, and of course, on the daily, it looked like we have a head and shoulders pattern that could be shaping up. Somebody consider this the left head, right shoulder. We're back at the neckline area at one point. All right, but keep this in mind. Nothing says that this cannot spike to get up, because someone could consider this as a double bottom. Okay. Um, in some instance, some people consider it a triple bottom. But now, with a double bottom, it doesn't have to be just parallel. It could just be right in a zone. So you still want to think of your bottoms as zones. Okay, so you see this zone. All right, we got multiple touches within the zone. All right, so this could be considered. And maybe if we go on a higher time frame, let's try the 5 day. And you clearly see on the 5 day that, I'm sorry, that we are respecting this level. Okay, that we could still see some type of bounce out of this particular zone. However, you gotta be careful. Could still just be short lived. This is on the 5 day chart. So we could potentially see something where we make a move, and the average person is going to think that, oh, okay, Bitcoin has found this bottom. We're good to go. And what they don't realize is that this is just uh, eventually could turn into a W pattern. Got one, bam, boom, or even can fight to get back up into this area. Bam. Okay. Bam. Now, it's not to say that this is going to happen, but this is an alternative, is the reality. All right. This is shaping up to be a potential W pattern, which is really just a double bottom. All right. We got boom, bam, bam, bam. Now, where do we see that? We see it on this one a little bit. What we got? Boom, 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 bam, then drop, right? So we'll look at something similar. Boom, 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 bam, drop. Okay. So there's something to consider. Now, look at these double tops. Okay. Typically with the double top, you measure from the top, you can take it down to the base, right, and then you can move it base like here. Now, this would be extreme. So those targets we wouldn't really expect to be like that. Um, but measuring a double top right here, unless we change this up a little bit and we take it from this level to here, and it puts us at a 14, $13,000 region of where Bitcoin could come to based off this measurement from that double top. Okay. So the first one I measured all the way down to this level right here, but we see right here, you still got a head and shoulders pattern right here, left head, right shoulder. All right, we take that, and we still got a little bit ways to go to if for this the whole thing to pull out. I mean, play out. But even if we measured that, um, this distance for this double top, they're still the same types of targets. Now, what we can do is we can use the Fibonacci extension tool. We can do it from here all the way up to there. And all right, our first zone is already hit. So if we are to go to the 1.618, we're talking about a $10,375 Bitcoin. However, what we do feel is that whatever the case may be, this is an area that has a strong possibility of price just coming into regardless. Okay. So this whole area, all right, this means that we already hit these targets based off that particular measurement. And if you knew, this is what it looks like, right? All we're doing is just measuring this impulse, and that's how we got our target to the downside. All right, see how that works? Bam. That's what it would look like. We're to set our targets take these off. We're good to go. And you play it, and you will see how it would have played out based off of that. Now I want to show you something where over here we had a drop, all right, and then when we had this drop, we got back up to this area, we dropped again, and then we got back to this area again, and then we dropped for good. These are what we call liquidity grabs. Right, it's part of, some people call it manipulation, but what it is clearing the board. It's taking out all these long positions. It's trapping. The bulls come in, they trap, and then bam, it gets taken against them. All right, so we want to be careful of all of those types of tricks and trades or whatnot. Okay, but just wanted to do that on Bitcoin, show you to where we could possibly head and what can happen. It is what it is. Stay safe, and y'all enjoy your weekend. Hit the like button, subscribe. It's your boy E White. I'm out.